Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Session 14 of the United States National High School Champions League starting 11. And coming on board this morning is the old reliable Jim Harte, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. Kevin, why don't you kick us off with Select?
All right, then. So there you go. In all things, what happened? Well, you need a ball. And when the Champions League in St. Louis was talking, we need a sponsor. We don't, I got a couple nickels, but we need a sponsor. And lo and behold, the guy says, "Hey, Tim McAvoy." He doesn't have a brother Jim, I don't think. But so anyway, he says, "Hey, I got the ball. We'll put it in a classy way," and so forth and so forth. And we said, "We're on our way." And so there you go from the start. If you don't have a select ball, why not? And you tell your athletic director, "Hey man, come on. I know you signed a deal with this and that for all kinds of other sports, but we need select. That's the best of the best. We want to be the best." So thank you, Tim McAvoy and Select Sports America.
Yes, sir. And then also thanking Select are the Tampa Bay Rowdies and everybody in the United States in the USL Championship and USL League One, because Select is the official ball for those leagues.
Well, there you
And
go.
I mentioned the Tampa Bay Rowdies because they're one of our sort of foundational sponsors here in not just in Tampa, but in the United States High School Champions League movement. So we're grateful to the Rowdies for their support. President Ryan Helfrick, current coach Dominic Cassiato, the previous coach Neil Collins, and everybody at the Tampa Bay Rowdies family for embracing the Champions League movement, for hosting the Champions League finals, boys and girls at Al Lang Stadium. And so Tampa Bay Rowdies, thank you for being there with us right along the way.
And 11:30 Central Standard Time, here it is. The president of the Rowdies is going to get well certified.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
that's massive.
yeah.
Wow.
We're talking this morning, man. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
All
I'm looking
right.
forward to that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into today's 5 stories. So story number 1 comes to us straight out of Germany. It is Paderborn versus Wolfsburg today. So Paderborn came in 3rd place in the Bundesliga 2, and Wolfsburg came in 16th place in the Bundesliga. So the team that finishes 3rd from top in Bundesliga 2 plays the team that finishes 3rd from bottom in the Bundesliga in a 2-leg playoff to see which team gets in the Bundesliga next year. So to remind the audience, the Bundesliga is the top league in Germany. Wolfsburg was in that league. They're hanging on with their fingernails to hold that spot. But why this game matters to us is that the starting center midfielder for Paderborn is Santiago Castaneda, a person we've talked about on this show before. He was the MVP of the 2021 Lokai Capital Champions League here in Tampa. From that game, he signed for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Ryan Helfrick, and then moved on to a career in Germany. And now he finds himself 2 games away from being the first high school Champions League player to appear in the Bundesliga of anybody in the United States. So that's very exciting news. The game is on at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 1:30 Central Time today. It's a 2-leg playoff. The second leg will be Monday. That's story number 1, Kevin.
Wow. And now with Select Sports America, he's the Virtuoso Award winner. Yeah, with Tim McAvoy. Way to go, Santiago. Okay.
Yeah, Santi was, and Santi would have been, the Virtuoso Award came in after
Yeah,
Santiago's
right,
2021 MVP.
right.
So he would be, maybe we have to get him a Virtuoso designation at some later point.
Well,
Kevin, I'm holding out the possibility that one day we can get Santi to become whale certified. That's not a
oh
promise. That's
man.
not a promise.
Well,
I
I
can't
hear you.
promise that, but let's work on it.
All right then.
All right. Update number two. So I mentioned in yesterday's show that we were going to be speaking with Dr. Joe Machnik. We did speak with Dr. Joe yesterday, had a great conversation. He is super excited about the Champions League, very supportive, and even talked about, well, he will definitely make an appearance at our high school Champions League Zoom meeting sometime after the World Cup. Dr. Joe is busy right now preparing to host the World Cup. Our audience will know that Dr. Joe is one of the referee commentators for Fox Sports. When they go to the VAR and they ask for a referee interpretation, oftentimes they'll go to Dr. Joe Machnik for that. You know Dr. Joe, of course, because he is whale certified. But I just wanted the audience to know that our conversation yesterday went great. We've got another supporter. We've got another new person in the parade. And I'm sure we'll be hearing from Dr. Joe again in the future.
Way to go, Dr. Joe. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, item number three, Chris Crawshaw. Chris is the one of the members of the High School Championship League leadership team. Chris lives in Polk County, Florida, which is adjacent to Tampa Bay. When the Tampa Bay Champions League started in 2018, we set our geographic limitations to the three counties of Tampa Bay. Chris and Polk County wanted to be in the Champions League, but due to the geographic limitations, they were too far away. They couldn't. So they started a Champions League of their own in 2019. They're the second oldest Champions League in America going. But the reason I wanted to bring Chris's attention to this audience is we are working to get Chris Crawshaw also to become whale certified and join the whale certified podcast. But Chris started a unique innovation in that I think has a future in America, and it is this. He organized all 24 high school coaches in Polk County, public and private, big and small, into a 3-division format for high school soccer, including promotion and relegation. So if you are a team in Polk County, you're either Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. And if you're in Division 3, let's say, well, you're mostly playing other Division 3 teams. So we know that one problem high school soccer has sometimes is mismatches. Not in Polk County. All the teams that are on the unlucky side of a mismatch, they're all playing each other. So those games are competitive, and they have something realistic to aim for, which is promotion to the second division. Meanwhile, teams in the first division, they've got to hang on to their place in the first division. So all their games are important. They also have a knockout tournament at the end of the year. So they have a unique Champions League format. And it was important that this audience know about it because I think it could be in the future for other places in the United States. Be on the lookout for Chris Crawshaw. Hopefully we will hear a long-form interview with him soon on the Whale Certified podcast. That's number three.
Man, come on, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Item number four. We have another update from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've talked about this already this week. We have a June 11th meeting with Chattanooga high school coaches and Chris Cushenberry, who is the point man in Chattanooga, the head coach at McCauley High School. Well, the update is that now there will be girls high school coaches involved in that meeting. That was originally just a boys high school coaches meeting. And we also may have Charlotte, North Carolina coaches joining that meeting. So this is an update that came in overnight last night. And it's an expansion of one of our previous stories. And like all of these other things, it really represents the expansion of the high school Champions League movement, one step at a time, one school at a time, one metro area at a time. So that is number 4, Kevin.
That's how you get on the starting 11. That's how you get on it. One step at a time, yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, item number 5. So I had a meeting with, I don't think I've mentioned this on the starting 11 before, with Dr. Timothy Baghurst. Dr. Baghurst is a professor at Florida State University from the Center for Athletic Coaching. And he became interested in the high school Champions League movement because the things that he teaches his aspiring coaches there in that center and the things he writes about and talks about are movements like this, grassroots movements that are done by coaches. So we had a great meeting and he found out all about the Champions League. But here's the key news item. The Center for Athletic Coaching at Florida State University has a newsletter, a monthly newsletter, and the High School Soccer Champions League is going to submit an article for their monthly newsletter this summer. And so another channel of expansion of the movement is going to be through this newsletter. A whole bunch of new people that probably don't know anything about high school soccer even, or certainly of the High School Soccer Champions League movement, are going to hear about the High School Champions League this summer, thanks to our presence in the FSU Center for Athletic Coaching newsletter. So that's our lineup for today, Kevin.
Wow. Well, the referees are giving us some injury time to carry over for 11 minutes because of the stumbling, fumbling, bumbling Kevin Whalen. All right, then. So there it is, Jim. That's a full plate. And
yes, it is.
Yeah. And so we'll wrap it up. And Terry Minkler's coming on tomorrow.
Terry Minkler, the batting cleanup on the lineup.
All right.
He comes in on Friday and puts it all in perspective for us. I look forward to it.
All right.
All right. All the best, Kevin.
Bye-bye now.